Welcome to Carlton's Math Corner. Today we are going to do a second day on order of operations. And so at this time, will you please make sure you have your notebook out and open up to where your notes ended for order of operations, and then take out vocab packet. So we ended off with performing these expressions. We evaluated them, we found the answers for them, and we talked about, remember, our order of operations pyramid. And the other way to memorize the order of operations, we talked about GEMDAS, or graciously excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And so what we're going to do is take our understanding of what we learned the other day and apply them to new numerical expressions. Okay, so let's look at a few more problems. First of all, let's talk about number 4. And the reason why it starts with number 4 is because we left off on number 3. And so we're coming back now to number 4. If we go through the checklists, we're just constantly using this pyramid to go through and just check off and make sure that we cover every operation. And it must be in order. If we don't do it in order, then we will get a different answer than the answer that it is supposed to be. Okay, and so let's go through and start off with grouping symbols. Remember, grouping symbols are used to group an expression by themselves. So for instance, there are parentheses here, and what that means is whatever's inside, including this little 2, is part of a numerical expression. It's part of a math sentence. And so we need to do that entire math sentence basically kind of like it's off on its own. And so we have to do the entire pyramid for this one math sentence. And so we got to start all over again and ask ourselves, well, are there any other grouping symbols in here that I've highlighted? No, they're not. So we're done with that. Are there any exponents? Yes, there's a power here. And so we need to perform that first, 4 to the 2nd power. And so 4 times 4 is 16. And so I can write that on top. And that means that is done. And so I check that off, got the power done with inside those grouping symbols. And now any multiplying or dividing inside here? No. So we're done. Adding or subtracting? Yes, there's addition. So we're going to do 5 plus 16, and 5 plus 16 is 21. So I am going to reveal this. So this is what we've done so far. We did grouping symbols first. So 4 to the 2nd power is 16, added 5, we got 21. And now, since the grouping symbols are all done, now we go back through here again and make sure that, so I'm going to erase this because we're going to start all over. We have a new sentence here, a new math sentence. And we need to start all over again to show that math sentence, and make sure I copy all this down as we go. And so let's start fresh. Grouping symbols. No, there's no more grouping symbols. We got rid of them. So that one's done. Exponents. No. Done. Those were inside the grouping symbols already, so we're done. Multiplying or dividing? Yes, we have division. So we're going to do 21 divided by 7, which is 3. Okay, so done, because there's no other. Then lastly, adding or subtracting? Yes, there's subtraction, so 3 minus 2 and the answer is 1. Okay, so make some observations. What do you notice? What am I doing for this next problem? How did I get 17? So as I erase this, you figure out okay, so how did I get this answer of 17? First of all, what's the first step? What did I do first? Yeah, notice I treated this whole problem kind of like it was its own numerical expression, its own sentence. I treat it as this is a sentence and this is a sentence. And so what I did is I took 43 minus 1, I got the 42, and then 4 plus 2, and I got the 6. Okay, perfect. So whenever you see a long division symbol, this line represents division, and if I see that, I need to make sure I do the top of that, because I don't even know what numbers I'm dividing. I need to know what numbers I'm dividing. So I got to treat this as one sentence and this one sentence. So I'm going to do 43 minus 1, 42, and 4 plus 2 is 6. Then I can actually go through this. Grouping symbols, no. Exponents, no. Multiplying or dividing, yes. This symbol right here is division. So 42 divided by 6 is 7. And then the last step is adding or subtracting. I'm going to add 10. So 7 plus 10 is 17. Nice job. That was a tough one. How about this one, number 7? Looking at this, what would you do first? You're absolutely right. Nice job. This bottom right here is one math sentence on its own. It needs to be done first. We can't even do anything until we treat it as its own and put it together. So we're going to do 2 plus 3 plus 4, which is 9. And so we get 9. And then we can start our whole process. GEMDAS, no grouping symbols, no exponents. Multiplying, dividing, yes, there's a division symbol. So we're going to do 27 divided by 9. And then, and I forgot to even add, oops, we need to add 3, which that's where that 6 comes from. So we're going to do 3 plus 3 equals 6. And there's our answer. What I would like for you to do is I want you to try these 2 problems as your ticket problems. Okay? So you only have two ticket problems. So I am going to actually put a ticket on this one. So I just want you to give it a shot and see how it works for you, these 2 problems. Okay, thank you very much for joining me at Carleton's Math Quarter, and I look forward to meeting with you again for our next target.